guys, welcome to the 6th day of our coding challenge series. Today we are solving this problem, which is count tested devices after test operations. You are given a 0 index integer array battery percentages having length n, denoting the battery percentages of n 0 indexed devices. Your task is to test each device I in order from 0 to n-1 by performing the following operations. If battery percentage at a particular position I in the array is greater than 0, so we will increment the counter of tested devices, decrease the battery percentage of all devices with indices j in the range this by 1, ensuring their battery percentage never goes down below 0. And then we'll move to the next device. Return an integer denoting the number of devices that will be tested after performing the test operation in order. In the example, it says battery percentages is 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. So performing the test operation in order starting from device at 0. At device 0, battery percentage is 1. So 1 is greater than 0, so the counter becomes 1. In battery percentage, because we will subtract 1 from each value after the I position, so it will become 1, 1 will stay the same, but we are deducting from the second position, so this will become 0, this will become 1, this will become 0, and this will become 2. So at the end we are left with this array. Then at the second iteration, battery percentage 1, which is 0, is equal to 0, which is not greater than 0. So we will just move to the next iteration of I. We will skip the step and we will now check the I2 position. So I2 is indeed greater than 0. So we increase the counter and we have 2 tested devices now. And from this position onwards, we will subtract the values. So 1, 0, 1 will remain the same, and since 0 is already 0, so we won't subtract from it. So we will just subtract from 2 now. So you can see that we have 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 now. And at device 3, it's 0. So we will just move to the next iteration. So at device 4, at the position 4, we see it's 1 is greater than 0. So we increase the counter and the counter finally becomes 3. And since we reach the end of the loop, so the output would become 3. Let's write the code. First of all, I'll initialize the counter. I can name it as integer tested devices equals to 0, and then use a for loop. Battery percentages dot length, because it will run till the end of loop. And then we need a nested for loop as well. I'll name it j, but this will work from I plus 1 till the end of array, and then we will have j plus plus. But after the first for loop, when we will be at the first for loop, so we want to check if battery percentages I is greater than 0 or not. If not is greater than 0, so we will just simply increment the counter, which is tested devices plus plus. Else we will just continue, because we don't want the nested for loop to execute if counter is if the position at the if the array position at the index position is not greater than 0, so we will just skip this for loop and move to the next iteration of I. So I'll write continue. But if it is indeed greater than 0, so we will increment the counter, the tested devices, and move to this particular for loop. And over here what I'll do is, it will be like because we will decrement each value, so I will decrement from the next index position till the end of array by -1. So that's why I use this for loop as well. But for this we have to also check if battery percentage is at position j is not equals to, or let's say it's greater than 0, then and only then we will decrement it. If it's already 0, we don't want a negative value. That's why I'm writing this if condition. And we can then just return the tested devices. Yeah. Yeah, I need this. Okay. Okay, perfect. So it's working. Now let's submit the solution. Okay, so we achieved a runtime of 1 millisecond. If you have any questions, you can ask them in the comment section, and see you guys in the next video.